Hello and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, I'm glad you're back. In today's video, I decided to do something very summery. So tonight I went for a little walk into the park with the little puppy, and I saw this beautiful sunset and I thought, I could do that. So look. And yes, right now it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Because I am a night owl. But anyway, I've done a little sunset scene. We've got like a palm tree, which we don't actually have where I live, but doesn't matter. We've got a little boat, and then we've got a pair of lovers here, and obviously a big crystal placement, and then something more chilled as a crystal placement. And this is actually the exact mix that I used to do the petals on my birds of paradise flower. If anyone saw that on my Instagram, because I got a lot of questions of how what mix I used, and you're gonna see in this video exactly what mix I used. Also, if you want to buy any of these products, I'm gonna put some discount codes in the description box, so just go check that out, because who doesn't like a discount? All right, okay, enough talking. I'm ready to start this. All right, so let's get started. So as always, I'm starting off with my 5 tips. Well, not as always, but I'm starting off with 5 tips, nice and clean. I'm using innocence, 1 layer on each nail, and curing that for 30 seconds. And then I'm gonna use Zap, OMG, Pop, Pow, and Blew My Mind. Basically, these are the colors that I'm gonna use on this set. And now I'm gonna paint 1 nail orange and 1 nail purple, and I'm gonna just ignore those until the end, because I decided that I wanted to start with them. I have no idea why. And then with an ombre brush, I'm gonna show you my best ombre that I can ever do. Like, this is the best I can do. All right, when you say ombre, this is mine. That I take that. It's not gonna be great, but for this design, especially if that innocence pops through the colors, it's fine, because it's gonna look like little clouds and it's gonna give it a more realistic vibe. So I actually really like it. And then I decided to remove a bit of that yellow from the bottom to make sure it's like a smooth surface, like a smooth transition. We don't have a bumpy thing there. And with Blew My Mind, I'm just painting the sea, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Honestly, it's okay. And now you can see how I did them all, and I'm going in with Material Girl over all of the ombre nails and curing that for 60 seconds. And now with my 5mm brush and some innocence, I'm just adding in some waves. And yeah, it's as simple as that. You don't have to do it perfect, because it's just a little detail. People are gonna see these from a distance, so it's fine. And now going in with my black gel paint, I'm gonna start with my first nail, and I'm gonna start with my palm tree, because this is basically, when you look up holiday nails, you're gonna see palm trees. And yeah, just map out wherever you want the little leaves to be. Little, because they're like huge leaves. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. But yes, just you have the leaves there, and then you just map them out, and then you feather it out with a bit more paint to give it that leafy effect. I'm not really good at explaining, and you guys know this already, so just ignore me. You know what I'm saying. You see what I'm doing there. So yeah, I probably should mute now. That way I'm not gonna annoy you anymore. But yeah, just go around and do the same everywhere, and they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be necessarily even. They have to have kind of the same shape though, so keep that in mind, and make sure you feather it out at the bottom, because it looks a lot more realistic. And now I'm just bringing in the thickness of that tree trunk, and then a hill, because I decided this one needed a hill to sit on. I don't know why. And trying to make that color proper and even. And now I'm just doing some birds, and you can see there what I'm doing. It's like the simplest bird you can add to a nail. You know, it's just a line, a wavy line, and then you have two little things that are hanging. So I'm guessing those are supposed to be feet. I'm not sure exactly what I wanted to do. And now here with some of that neon yellow and some innocence and my dotting tool, I am gonna add my sun. And I'm gonna try to make it as even of a circle as I can. You're gonna see that I decide to, that is an even circle before it was an even circle. But yeah, please don't judge too much. Thank you. And now I'm adding just some foliage, I guess, around the tree, because I don't have a reason why I did this. I just wanted some bushes, I guess, around that tree. You know. On here you can see I'm starting to paint a boat, and you're gonna start not seeing it in a second because, as per usual, I had to be out of frame for at least a little part of this video. At least my lighting didn't go crazy, you know, the camera didn't go all mad again, but, you know, I had to do something. So what I did was this. It's lovely, isn't it? I absolutely adore it. I promise it's not long this time, and you can kind of see what I'm doing anyway. I mapped out the shape of the boat. This was the first boat I ever painted in my life, and to be honest, I'm quite happy with it. Because I had no idea exactly what I was doing, so yeah, it's alright. But yeah, you can see I mapped it out however I wanted, and now I'm starting to add some black. And then I didn't cure this, by the way, until the very, very end. So I'm gonna make the color even and everything before I cure. I just wanted to add that color because, you know, gel goes where gel is, and it's a lot easier to bring in color and make it even once you have something on there as well. But yeah, I'm just trying to make that color even because that's gonna ruin your design. Like if the color looks absolutely awful, you know, it looks patchy, that is something that's gonna ruin your design. And people don't really realize this, and they just kind of leave the color as is, and yeah, you can see it from afar that that's a beginner, and then if you see something that's more even, you're gonna be like, oh, that's a professional that did it. I don't know, I mean, that's what goes through my mind when I see patchy work. So that's why I always try to make my work even. I'm very, you know, trying to be very detail oriented, I guess. And now I'm just adding some birds, the same as I did before, and that's when I cured it. And now I moved on to the third nail, and I gave them a little bit of a land to stand on because I didn't want them to just float on top of the water. I haven't seen humans that can float on top of water, so, you know. And I'm gonna do a little couple that's looking down at the sunset and has this beautiful view of, you know, the sea and the boat and everything. It seems like they're having fun and they're in love and they're gonna hold hands, and it's gorgeous. And by the way, her right hand, she does have one, but she's like holding it to her chest, or, you know, to her something, because I didn't want to draw another hand. But that's a really easy way to get away with, you know, drawing details on a shadow art type thing. You can just imply that something is there. You don't actually have to show it. And here is when I make his head look like he's an alien. It's very, very round and weird. But again, it works. It's shadow art. It doesn't have to be perfect. No one's gonna look for little details in shadow art. They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, it's a man and a woman holding hands. Oh, that's cute. And that's it, you know. And now I'm just adding some more birds because, to be honest, I didn't want the whole, you know, nail to be just plain. So I wanted to add some birds, because they're all flying into the sunset and it's gorgeous. And again, I'm out of focus. Oh, there you go. I was quick there. Okay, and they're all done now. And you can see how gorgeous they are together. And now I'm gonna use Material Girl, and I'm gonna apply a coat of that and cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And now going in with Gem Body and the Zodiac Sunflower Pearls, the Preciosa Sunrise crystals, Swarovski Fire Opal, Neon Bright Orange, Zodiac again, Zodiac Neon Bright Sun, so they're like two different nuances of orange basically, and with the Neon Orange Caviar beads. And I'm gonna apply a very thin layer of Gem Body. And with my crystal picker upper, I'm just gonna start applying crystals all over this nail. This is gonna be boring to see and is gonna be time consuming when you do it. It's a bit mindless, like you don't really have to, you know, put your mind into it. And as I said before, I've done this so many times, like I must have used thousands of these crystals on my Birds of Paradise flower. And I absolutely loved how this looked. And to be honest, when I've done that Birds of Paradise flower and I entered it in a competition and it won and whatever, I didn't feel like it did, based on I felt like the judges didn't actually see all the detail that I've put in, because, you know, they take it as a whole. Whereas if you do it on a nail, you can see all the detail. And I loved this crystal placement so much, this combination of crystals. I absolutely adored it. So I thought I'll just do a full-on nail, you know, with... I thought I'm gonna keep it for, you know, a neon set. And I'm gonna do a full-on nail and show you how I did it and, you know, maybe see a bit more detail on it. And I'm really, really happy I actually did this, because this is gonna go on my display and I'm gonna show it to everyone because I absolutely love it. And I already talked too much about it, didn't I? Anyway, I'm gonna also show you later. Right now I'm basically filling in all the spaces with caviar beads. I didn't film the whole thing because it was just so boring. I felt it boring. But yeah, I'm going into every single nook and cranny and adding a little caviar bead. And I think this finishes the look so much. You're gonna see what I mean in a minute once the whole nail is finished. But yeah, you can see it's just, oh, it's so boring to watch. It's beautiful to actually, you know, do it because, again, it's mindless. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I am in love with it. And now I'm gonna show you here how I'm gonna make it look like there's actually, you know, orange at the top of that purple nail, because we're gonna fill up all the little spaces with the caviar beads. You're not actually gonna be able to see the purple underneath. I wanted to do orange on the other one because it would have been a lot easier. And I mean, you can kind of still see a little bit of purple, but I just thought the contrast between these two, you know, having purple at the top and then having the bright orange neon crystal placement at the bottom is gonna look beautiful. And in my opinion, it did. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it, you know what I mean? But I did like it, and I faffed them about a lot because I wanted them to be even, and it felt like they didn't fit properly, and I moved them around again, and I hate doing these type of designs because of that, because you have to like move them around to make sure they are even and that they fit and that they look okay. Whereas, you know, a full-on nail again is mindless. It's beautiful. The only thing you have to think of is to like try to not put the same color next to each other, you know, try to make them a bit more varied, I guess. And now I'm just filling up those little nooks and crannies again with the caviar beads, and this takes, again, forever, but it's so worth it in the end. It helps protect your crystals as well. They don't snag as quickly or at all, to be honest. It depends on, you know, how well you seal them in as well, but I found them that they don't snag as quick with the caviar beads on, because it doesn't give the client the chance to, you know, grab underneath that crystal. So yeah, I'm just putting those on, and again, I've done this whole nail and I didn't cure at all until now, like until the end, and you can see that no crystals moved at all, which is absolutely amazing because, you know, usually they move around a lot, but yeah, they just stayed in place. It's amazing. I love Gem Buddy. And now I'm going in with Material Girl again, and I'm just gonna surround those crystals. And these are all finished now, and I just moved my camera. It's fine. It's all right. I'm actually really loving these, and I really hope you do as well. You saw that they were really easy to do at the same time. Yes, they might be a bit time consuming because it's, you know, a layered design, and the layered design is always going to be a bit time consuming, and especially, you know, the crystal placement with like the crazy crystal placement, and then the other one. And yes, it does take time, but I mean, look at that. I love it. I do love it so much. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and you know, you can give it a like, a comment if you want, only if you want. And also let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see, especially in like the beginner videos. I would really love to know what you guys would like to see from me, because I'm running low on ideas, I think. I mean, I'm not, but it would be nice to do something that you guys would really like to learn, you know? So yeah, okay, I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye!